My name is Frank Chen, and I've been working with Marco Gassigrandi, Finnish architect, for quite a few years, and we've been doing all these kind of projects which try to find what we call third generation city, which is when the human putting back to the bigger nature, so human nature become part of the nature, or become part of the big nature. So in that kind of circumstances, we try to find a balancing between what we human can actually afford, or in a way invade the original nature spaces and try to cooperate with them. And design these kind of spaces is what we're trying to do. It's called cicada. It's actually a kind of insect that they hide underground for 1 or 2 years, pretty long time. Nothing, just dark in the mud. And then in the summertime they will come off from the ground, go up to the tree, mate with different sexuals, and they will start yelling to attract like females or males. And we're yelling for like several days and they die. And this one actually is not designed by we, it's actually designed by a bug that we found in this one old brick-made tea factories, and it's a kind of bee. And they make their own nest in really fantastic like microclimate design and all these ventilations and so on. So you got these small cocoons out of different mud and even cement that we use for real buildings, and they mix with their mouth waterings and different materials, maybe some grass, and they mix together inside their mouth, and they make their own like a cocoon for their babies, and have really small holes on top, different places, and chambers inside, like rooms inside a bigger flat, and inside is their baby. So they make this kind of fantastic space architecture. So we try to learn from them. So we make this kind of things in a way that we can live in this kind of chambers. I think the thing that we try to make it large enough so people can come inside, but not just a sculpture on the table, is that try to, in a city, that there's a space you can go inside, and the only thing we have a hole there, the original idea that you come inside from the city, but inside here you only see skies, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's maybe enough to become back to the cave. Marco and I designed the house, and it's actually not, of course, not the same as the original design. Even we decided before we just start to build it, because once we start to build it, it's just change every day. It's just,
right.
You know, like something is missing when you're sitting in front of the desk, and you have to change according to the site. And actually the land will sort of guide you where to go and how you should put your house and how you should open your windows and where. And these things, at least for me, I can't really sense it when I was in office.
Right.
Yeah.
So is this the local knowledge thing?
Yeah, you like at least feel disconnect with the real environment, the real surroundings. You have to be here long enough so you can make closer to what the site tell you to do, in a way. Or the one way is we ask from the grannies.
Right.
She knows things that we don't know. And actually this house during the construction also that once that the land strongly suggests us not to do that. In the winter one morning it was a pretty sunny day in the daytime. Of course in winter time the nighttime is so cold. So up there in the mountain it's freezing. Same here. So by the night, not really big wind happens, small blow from the mountain toward ocean, because ocean is more warm. But by the morning when the sun comes up, sun heat up land much faster than trees.
Okay.
So this side becomes so hot. There's a really big difference or high difference, high temperature difference from the mountains to here. So the wind was breezing like slowly, smoothly towards the ocean lines, but when the sun's come, it's like hitting direct from there to here, like this.
Right.
Like really strong wind, and everything will be just collapse. So after that, the house actually changed a lot from the original design. That this anchor, but used to be as an anchor of the house, the small volume, was in the left.
Okay.
This one was in the left.
Okay.
So that we would have pretty big wall space that facing the main force of the nature,
Okay.
the wind.
Okay.
So we have to sort of change the whole thing, reverse the whole design in a way, put this here and make it more like wind breakers, and try to make the volume more like smooth from the land up a little bit upper then, and then we grow another line of I think it was pine tree. So when it grows up, so the wind should somehow like float away the house.
Okay.
So you have to feed the current of itself. You can't really like create a man-made giant or robot here saying I'm the strongest. It's just don't work.
Right.
Yeah. It's got its rules and you have to follow it. The first design was actually we should put rubbers, like black rubber inside. So it would seal the door or seal the wind and the walls. But in the end, we decided not to do it, but leave the gap. Because since like this kind of environment, you don't really want to push things out. And we've been tested, even this winter, it's really cold, 5 degrees, and raining. And all you need to do is to make the fire up and just sleep beside the fire and it'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe the biggest difference is that we only trying to make people to survive in this space.
Right.
And to achieve that, you don't really need much walls and things to protect the humans. This is maybe more real, as a land should be, to have small farmings.
这边这种是龙眼
Not just for
龙
looking.
眼，那这个是咖啡树，咖啡豆。
啊？
哎，那像这种的话，应该有很多。
就好了。
像这种在欧洲应该很多，这种东西可以吃。
嗯，
可以吃，
是这个
这样子，就这样子。
哦 OK。
那像这个是高丽菜，高丽菜。
I'll take cabbage.
那这边这个是花生 ，peanut。这个要准备要把它弄一弄的。但是呢，这个里面呢是ginger，然后它开始它开始就整个把它放进去，然后它开始从这个地方冒出来。那冒出来以后，到了一定的程度以后，就要把土把它再把它埋进去，然后它会长得很好，会长很多。
According to them, this house is sort of really nice and perfect for them. They do farming here, rest inside, have a tea, they even can cook inside, have dinners inside, even have afternoon teas up here in the deck. And after work have a sauna and deep themselves inside the cold river water because they have a pool.
Right.
They can put the river, like really freezing water after the sauna, you just jump in. Same like hot spring in here. And that's pretty much enough in a way. I think it's enough. Like really live here. Yeah. This is not a fake house. This is real, like livable house, and it's actually quite nice. And I can't really prove it on a text or a photo for that, but just if you can't really doubt this kind of thing, it is not livable, I would just invite you to hear it and stay for a few nights. The normal aircraft carrier, which shoot the airplane to the sky,
Right.
is meant to be shoot people to the jungle.
Be the first to think, be the first to act, be the first to think, be the first to act, be the first to act,
做了premier âge，你就是思考的先锋；
be the first to act,
你就是行动的先锋；
premier âge,
你就是行动的先锋；你就是
be
行
the
动的
first
先
to
锋。
act.